Are we rolling? I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. I hella watched Money Talks the other day. Like I had never seen it before and laughed like I'd never seen it before, too. This episode of the Meet the Brave podcast is powered by Northwest Pizza and Pasta, where if you think the pizza is good, try hands down the best wings in the valley. Nobody, and I mean nobody, does wings like NWP. Order online right now for takeout or delivery. Today's podcast is powered by Uplifters, Black-owned domino company powered by our good brother Jonell, who does collabs with community leaders in order to further our economic independency as Black folks. Tap in with Uplifters and Grand National for their domino one-of-a-kind special collab out and available now. Today's podcast is powered by the REEF Studios, Black-owned studio in the heart of downtown Oakland, run by myself, OG Jaron, Brian Simmons, Lucas, and Alacia, creative team that is here to house all your needs from multi-tracking, podcasting, audiobooks, voiceover, you name it, pre-production, we can do it. Follow the REEF Studios on Instagram right now and DM serious inquiries only to book your time. And do it fast because slots are filling up and getting booked out for weeks at a time now. Last but not least, today's podcast is powered by Let's Bubble Productions. Production and film company powered by ours truly, co-host, producer of the show, Lex Bub. Tap in for all your film and storytelling needs, man. And no one does it quite like he does. Right? Right? I get that right?
Yeah. You know, I got a cold cross.
Hey, I got a hot take about that too. The cold cross. I think you might not feel me, son. I don't know where your head been at. Lately.
All I know is that Money got no notes. Tore up a long time ago. Freestyle that.
Freestyle. Oh man. It's the Meet the Brave podcast. I am Monty Draper.
I am LG.
Lex B-U-B.
Happy Sunday, fellas. Episode 146. Holy smokes.
146?
Yes, man.
143? You missed 143?
You wasn't texting 143.
You love nobody did it?
Would you? Nah, for real. Would you text 143?
Hell no. I
just
found out about that. What's name did that shit?
When Reggie did it? I was so confused. But wait, do niggas really be lying? Because everybody swore they knew that was what that was already. I had no idea.
Nah, I think that's like the whitest thing you could possibly do. And it was just crazy because I went to a school, so that didn't even come up once.
143 is like, wait, what? Like, Lex, did you know what that was before the song?
Yeah.
So it was a thing, for real.
I'm older. I had
like
a pager.
I was about to say, is that like a BlackBerry thing?
Oh,
or
it
like
was a pager, an actual pager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got
And
it.
so it was like the code 143.
143 911?
I never got the 143 911.
I love you, nigga. I'm dying.
I need that love now. Bring that love now.
I wasn't that special.
Oh man! Shout out to everybody tapping in via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Simplecast, Castbox FM, and our YouTube viewership. Holy smokes, man! Shout out to our new subscribers. We're averaging about 2-3 a day, maybe. It's not, which isn't bad. Not complaining at all. However, get those up. We need to get to 1,000, man. If we get to 1,000, the sky's sort of the limit in terms of the activations and sort of interactions we can do via YouTube in terms of like real time. We can make this more of a real time experience. If y'all get us to 1,000 subscribers, so spread the word. Put a friend on. Let's challenge the listeners to put 2-3 friends on the pod this week. Y'all already do a really good job. Like the people who tap in every week are really good about putting people on. I have to send a very, very, very special shout out to my girl Special, who was on a few weeks ago, and y'all know how I feel about her. But you know when you go, your people fuck with you for real because they know what you like. I want to say it was maybe 11:30 last night. She hit me. She was like, I know you probably already seen it already, but here you go. She sent me the Patrice O'Neal documentary, Killing is Easy. Whoo! Definitely stayed up and watched that. As far as comedy is just such one of those things that's near and dear to me. and especially Patrice, what he meant, his style of storytelling, and just his he was just rogue. Like he ain't played by no rules, and he was everyone's favorite comic. So if you're Bill Burr's favorite comic, if you're Kevin Hart's favorite comic, if you're if all of those people kind of go.
It's not hard to be Kevin Hart's favorite comic.
Okay. see, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me. Now that's what we doing? You left me hanging the whole Kevin Hart run.
But you know he be Hollywood with it, man. He love everybody. He love all the comics.
Well,
The one thing
every comic is amazing.
Lex.
The one thing I do give Kevin is Patrice O'Neal did live with him for a while.
Yeah.
And he said he caught him jerking
off. Oh man! So chat, please, if you have not seen it yet, check out the Killing Is Easy documentary on YouTube about Patrice O'Neal, just one of the great contributors to art and storytelling that we've ever known. That just died way too soon. And just another tale in.
What did he die from?
Was it cancer?
No,
it wasn't cancer. It was diabetes. Right?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah,
complications from diabetes. And so that's what I was getting to, is like another tale into like Black folks' health, and our awareness. I myself am on a unique health journey that I had no intentions of coming in here and fucking talking about. That's really crazy. But
you get it here first, folks.
No, it's like, what am I doing? But that is part of the reason you don't do it, because it's something about putting things out in the universe and them manifesting or them showing up. And so when for at least, maybe it don't work like this for everybody, but how it works for me, the second I start putting stuff out, it just starts happening. It starts happening. And not in a like whimsical way, but your folks start, the people you fuck with start holding you accountable. So I pull up on Reeg, or I call Reeg, and Reeg will be out of breath. This nigga running the lake. Like, man, get off my phone. I don't want to talk to you. I'll call Morg. He like, hey, bitch ass nigga, you don't got your Apple Watch yet, so I can get on your. I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to you either. Call Raj. He like, oh, you a sucker, nigga. You don't have your Apple Watch, so I can't clown you. And I'm like, oh, all my niggas is on their head. This nigga, the pandemic started, and his weight, he closed the weight room only to go work out in the parking garage. What a fucking sicko. Like, what?
Yeah,
and then proceeded to order every piece of gear he needed to have his own personal gym in his living room. I was like, I'm done with L. I'm done.
I was playing just in case there was an extension and we wouldn't become, gyms are sustainable. So just in case, you had to be independent.
Who immediately goes to prison workout stuff? Like immediately goes to like, oh, we don't, no gym? Oh, it's okay. I'll go lift some cars. Nigga, look here. you gotta relax.
Let me find out this nigga collected everybody's phone books.
Not because like your physical health tunes into like your mental health and your spiritual health. And like all that stuff is like, it's tethered in with each other. So like learning like, cause I had some like health complications myself. Yeah. From just like my consumption of food. So like the type of stuff that I was eating. Because I was I've been on a health kick since like playing sports in college, where like they take out like all the processed shit that you were known to be eating when you were a kid, which for some fucking reason while you're a kid, eating like all the processed shit, it didn't factor in too much to like how my play was. Yeah. Like it didn't make me more tired or anything like that. But like over time, if you do that to your body with the long hours that you're working, and the constant asking of yourself to be at full capacity at all times, like that's when you had to make some adjustments. And later on, when I wasn't playing anymore, I started doing like little tricks and trying to figure out different ways to like tweak my body in a certain type of way. So like I was trying to, it's just like competitive things that you do with your brain or whatever. Yeah. But I started thinking of like ways to like bulk up like crazy. Like when Kobe came back from that one off season and he was like fucking huge,
25 pounds of muscle.
So I was setting like weird goals. So I was like, I'm gonna get to 250, but it's gonna be all fucking muscle. Yeah. But like the only way to do that was I had to increase the amount of food I was intaking. Mm-hmm. But with that, I also started doing like a shit ton of red meat. Yeah. And when I did that, I was good with the red meat when I was out in San Francisco, in the back of San Francisco, because our market that we had back there, the cuts were different.
Yep.
But when I moved to El Cerrito, to like a different, I took over another property over there, but moved to El Cerrito, and now I'm going to like Lucky's or whatever. I'm getting like I'm still doing the exact same regimen as far as food goes and workout goes, but my health is deteriorating, and I started developing some type of ailments and stuff like that, like sleep apnea and like random things. Like I would stop breathing when I was asleep, and I only learned this from like people that would be there. You know what I mean? Like they like, bro, you scared the fuck out of me, and like I was thinking, and I was developing crazy anxiety because of the shit that I was going through. So like it was just a whole bunch of things that was happening at the same time. Yeah, and I had this little conversation with Poe one time, and he's like, bro, like you didn't do anything about like what did you eat? And I'm like, I had something for breakfast, but I had like this steak and potato stuff for lunch, and then I had like this burrito mix that I had or whatever for the dinner or whatever, and this was like my daily shit. Yeah, and it's like, you want to cut some of that out? I'm like, all right, bet. So I just went cold fucking turkey. Did a cleanse. Did a liquid cleanse, and then put it back onto. Then I just cut out all the red meat or whatever, and then slowly but surely, like no longer had sleep apnea, no longer had like these weird like anxious moments. I was like, it was just crazy like how things were coming back like. And then since that happened, I just turned it all the way fucking up. Like it was no looking back. Now I have so much like possession over every single part of what goes in me. Yeah. How I do things, like what causes strength, what doesn't, what helps me sleep, all that stuff. Like I just continue to pile on with more information on like what that does, like what's needed. For me in particular, that's another thing to learn too, is that everybody's body type is different. Everybody's response to food is different. So you have to know, you can go to like a doctor or go to somebody or whatever, or you can just listen to your body, you know, and like mine was just trial and error listening to my body, you know, so like it was but everybody, my regimen is not good for like everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like mine is kind of sicko, but also it's not like I wouldn't recommend it, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't recommend going through that whole trial and error to get to like knowing your specific one, but it's up to you.
No, I love that you spoke about the correlation between physical exercise and mental health. That is something for me specifically that is a variable that is absolutely undeniable. There is that fight when you get up and you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this. Then there's that immediate release of like, oh man, I feel a million times better mentally than I did just a few minutes ago upon waking up. And one would think that would be enough to sort of go, all right, well, bet. But I know for me, for hoop, like literally my entire life was dedicated to hoop. So it's one thing to play the game. It's a whole other thing to have practice, to have weights, to have film, individuals, like all this other shit your diet is sort of dictated by that. So the shit just like one day just went away. Like it was like hoop was over one day. And so there was a whole bunch of time in a day, and then it was still like the same food intake without a fraction of the same physical activity. And all the homies who didn't play collegiate sports were like workout addicts. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you niggas don't even have a game this weekend. Like, how are you working out so hard? I'd be so confused. And it's like, nah, man, we going to the club though. We'll look good. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have that at all. Just like the part of you that just wants to work out to look good. But when you see our elders and, you know, just the stuff that just simple geography has us in proximity to the worst produce, the most processed foods, and the stuff that is 100% tethered to cancer, diabetes, hypertension, fucking lupus, all these things that are rampant in the black community, and we saw it.
Location.
You know, and we saw it clear as day per COVID. and having these high hopes and aspirations and dreams of being not just and again not just being the dad that's there, but like the dad that's just fucking super active, the husband that's super active. It's like, dog, like you have to put your health and put an emphasis on that. And so another part of the brotherhood that I'm so grateful for. We talked about L, but he mentioned Poe. Poe's sort of dedication and going, hey fam, you need a juicer, you need to clean, you need, like just this little bit of information. And it's so beautiful how that revolving door of just accountability is, right? When Lex got on his shit, Lex showed up one day and I was like, fam, are you hungry? Because it was just like, where did you go? And I remember that sort of being the jump start for, and I told you that too, that being a jump start for me and going, damn, and then seeing how much weight and how great shape Moore got into. Freak is always really good about his health. Reed, Kev, and what him, Nana, and Court have been on with their workouts. Like Kev will leave the radio show at 10 and be like, all right, bros, I'm about to go hit this. I'm like, God damn, like a whole days. And so it's hard to be around that many people that are working as hard, if not harder than you are, and still making time for their health. And so I think that, so when I said I'm poking fun at the journey, but also I do admire how the pod just sort of brings shit out of you that you had no intention of talking about publicly. So now it's gonna be like, hey man, you ever think about this? You ever think about that? And I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. But
I know what Monty was trying to do. I know why he wasn't trying to bring it up yet.
What?
Because he was trying to pop out like Big Sean. I
Busted.
I knew what you was trying to do.
Just one day go from having hella layers on to this nigga don't have no shirt on at all, ever. On the pod with no shirt like this. This is Meet the Break podcast. Okay, keep playing with me.
I know.
I know. Keep playing with me.
I know. I get it.
Let 50 fall off. I'm doing every episode, nigga. No like this. You know, nigga got to switch how he sit when he nigga no.
No, that's natural. Don't worry about it.
Just sitting like that. Oh, sitting like that, posing is sick. Oh man. Oh man. But shout out, like I said, shout out to everybody tuning in. That we seriously challenging our listenership and everybody that's rocking with us to put some people on this week. Even us. I'm gonna directly download that shit on people's phone. I'm gonna subscribe and hit the notifications from people's phone. We out in traffic this week. So looking forward to the continued growth, the continued success of everybody in and around us. Lex Bub, are we ready for the announcement yet or no?
No, not yet.
I'm gonna keep asking every week so we know we got something coming. Is that good? Are we good on housekeeping and stuff? Did anybody whoever hasn't ordered Domino's yet, the Grand National Uplifters collab is out. The price. Okay, let's do this. Let's do that. So, retail, Gucci, Supreme, Off-White, you name it. Like there's all of these high-priced retail entities, some of quality, some of not, some hype beast, some not. Some shit's just awesome. It's just a really awesome experience, and you got to pay for that. And so when we're in beta, we're trying to figure out and develop and design the dominoes, and we get the prototype and taking them around and letting people feel them and like, oh man, these are dope, man. I got to get me some of these when they drop, and then it's like, yeah, they're gonna be $200. What? $200 for some punk ass dump? Like immediately. And what I was trying to explain to a family friend, because it's like, you're not offended by that? It's like, nah, I'm not. You can't be offended because you got to consider the source. Consider who it's coming from. All these folks' lives, they've been told that they're not of value, that they don't deserve that, right? So they can justify paying that for something or someone that they don't know, but they're for damn sure not about to pay that for somebody that they do know, that they for damn sure don't think should value themselves as highly as that because they don't value themselves like that. It's like, it's not personal. There's no way that could be personal. And I really wanted to showcase that. I had a really dope conversation with my dad. He's been staying with us. Shout out to Pops, man. That nigga's kicking ass right now. He's just doing the work. But day before yesterday, he came out of the bathroom. He's like, "Hey, what's that on the mirror? Is that like a reminder or something?" I was like, technically, yeah. A mantra is a reminder, if you will. A changing of culture internally. And it was just like on the mirror is money flows to me easily and freely. And instead of, oh, I'm broke, I'm terrible with money, and like these negative affirmations and like negative reinforcement that you just sort of adapt and don't even realize what the language is doing. It's like, nah, man, let's do better. So even interactions with my niece, right? The part of the love language, my dad's side of the family, not even my dad's side of the family, my dad and my stepmom and all them, like their part of their love language is to call each other fat. It's like, yeah, we're not gonna do that. And so my niece, who's a fucking baby, like, hey, little fat girl, and it's like, nah, let's not. I know, and it may be like, oh, you being too sensitive. Maybe, nah, fam. It's like we can change so much just by our language, and just by the things that we choose to put out there. And I gotta just kind of run the risk of being laughed at and poked fun at. It, and I know I used to have trouble with that when I was a kid, but it's like, niggas is gonna make fun of you regardless. So I'm about to full cat and just have the time of my life because I truly enjoy just being silly and making light of things. And we've been working on, I was telling Lex telling Lex and L, how dope it's been to study, and specifically study Sly and the Family Stone, Funkadelic, like funk music as it pertains to the Bay Area and how it eventually impacted the mob music scene. So Tone Capone, Mike Mosley, Ant Banks, these producers that are at the core of a particular sound. Shout out to Daz Dillinger, Warren G, Dr. Dre, like at the core of West Coast funk, rap music that was rooted in funk. And as you're reverse engineering it, what you hear is just fun, right? Because you don't really get that if Daz isn't willing to be a cat on them records. When he does the bridge, you find a nigga like me who's strong. Like it's he was in there like, hey Daz, do that shit, nigga. And he you got to get in the character and really have fun with it. And I'm like, damn, this is so dope. And that's recording with Kev and Deuce and Jane. They all do a really good job of just poking fun at themselves. And shout out to Bosco with the electro spit, the wireless talk box. Like, niggas have had that in the studio. So now it's like real full cat mode. Because you can say anything through the talk box and it's so funny. It sounds so tight. And so I just want to, I like, not even encourage, because it's going to come off probably as preachy, but what I have sought out for myself is to always sort of lead with just being happy to be in our studio recording our podcast with the equipment that we were able to pay for because of somebody investing in us that just so happens to be a mentor, big brother, a friend, and then L being like, my nigga, what we need. Lex being like, yo, what we need. We got everything we've needed, bro. So it really, I did that early. There's this weird sort of artist emo where you overthinking and you mad deep and you like, no one understands me. Nigga, shut up, bro. You fucking rapping for crying out loud, nigga. No, of course no one understands you because they at work, bro. And you at home rapping in your room. You nigga, like, how bad could life be, right? And just grateful more than anything, but leading with that. especially in a creative sense, in a storytelling sense. And granted, shit is fucked up. This week was hell in terms of what is happening on the ground in the Bay, the town specifically. We'll talk about that. But the spaces that will remain safe, inviting, encouraging, and light is when we get to do shit like this here, man. So gratitude is the word for, you know, for so much, but specifically the show, bruh. Because I get to hear when my mom, like being in public with my mom, and her sales pitch for the pod is, it's my therapy. And I'm just like, yo, lady, you gotta chill. You can't be telling folks that, like, the expectation. But she means that shit. Yeah. You know? And I've heard so many people get to say that. But I do also want to encourage people to go get actual therapy too. That is a thing. I got another really dope experience with my dad. It's like, hey man, he just said it sort of tongue in cheek. He goes, I want a black therapist. I was like, I so happen to have the directory for that. It's like, what? He's like, well, they're not gonna be where I'm at. It's like, yeah, you can filter it to where you at. I found him a therapist within a matter of minutes, and he may be able to have an appointment as soon as this week. Like we have everything we need, bro. Like it's so dope. So to you guys, to Grand Nash, to Brave Area, to the Smart Bomb homies, to you name it. I just want to thank everybody for being a part of some shit where you don't ever feel like you going without. So it makes it hard to sort of muster up these emo dark ass feelings and somber ass songs. Nigga, I saw all these songs about to be full cat. So back to the notion of being able to take this shirt off. Oh, it's a pod coming with the shirt off for sure.
Not mad.
3 hours on the couch, just nothing. Just no shirt.
One point in time, this nigga Mario gonna be curling. You know,
mad.
Gotta work on your self therapy. You know what I'm saying?
It's Meet the Brave podcast. I'm Monty Draper.
Hey, walk and chew gum, my man.
You heard me. Talk about it, bros. Crazy week. Where we want to go for you? What you got? What's my bad?
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
And R.I.P. Esco, best dro. Artist out of Richmond.
No, fuck.
It's crazy because, like, the first time I met him I was with OP, and he was like, oh, I'm going to pull up on Esco. I didn't even know him. Yeah. And first time I met him, bro was just so cool. Amazing. So inviting. Like, and then the next time I met him, it was at Steph's studio. Yeah. And this is like, I only been around him one other time. It had been months in between. Yep. And he still was like, oh, what's up with you, bro? You was with OP that one day.
Every time.
And so, like, you know, those were just like two interactions that really just stuck in my head. So, yeah.
Esco, believe the first time and the only times I would ever run into Esco was at Frank's. Him and Frank had this. Frank and Esco have the type of chemistry that you can't fake in the studio. For whatever reason, Esco would give Frank this. Frank already has superpowers. I mean, Frank's the first producer, the first person I ever seen make a beat from absolute scratch. Like, he sat at the keyboard and just start playing the keys. He programmed the drums, rapped, mixed it, and it was like, all right, bro. The first person I ever seen do that. So Frank, a.k.a. Frank, has superpowers already. But for whatever reason, when he and Esco were in the studio together, Frank would make the hardest beat, make the most ridiculous hook, and Esco would slide on that motherfucker like no other. And I got to witness that a few times. And similar to you, I didn't know him very well. But every time I seen, bruh, I mean every time, the most insane energy as far as positive. Like, he was just cool, like cool. And I know niggas say that when people die just because it's the right thing to say. Nah. Esco's a different type of special. And he did, and from what I saw, the outpouring of love, he was like that with everyone. So he just had that thing about him that sort of made you feel like, damn, bro really fuck with me. You know, it's so amazing. So, yeah, man, that one stung. That one stung just because of how much he meant to so many people that mean the world to me, mainly Frank. So Esco, rest in power, bro. Thank you for your contribution, and what what you meant to the creative community, what you meant to so many. I think is really what I was taken from that, and also not to RP to Ruben Lewis, School, tragically taken from Earth, and what Oakland and Richmond G. I think when I was younger, I think I know when I was younger, I just assumed they were worlds apart, and that granted Oakland was bigger, but I always thought Richmond was big. It wasn't until I got to college that I was like, you had to pull the population on your city, and I'm like, yeah, man, we probably got a few million. Nigga, Richmond got 100,000 people. Stop playing. I said, wait a minute, what? Stop playing, Marty. But then so you go.
There's so many breakups over there though, because you got like, well, it goes from like El Cerrito down to
El Cerrito,
like Pinole, and
so it does give it.
Is all that accumulated together? Or
just Richmond, just Richmond. But you're right though, because it's El Cerrito all the way to even Rodeo. Realistically, Rodeo. You kind of group all those together, and I think that's what my younger brain was doing. But whenever I came to Oakland, it's like, damn, it's hella people here. And in Oakland, it was what, 500,000 or whatever, give or take. Yeah, so, but when you consider how many of those folks are actually black, it narrows down significantly in terms of the numbers. And so the degrees of separation as far as like either knowing somebody or fuck around and be related to someone, right? So we find out about Scoob's untimely death Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. They're only to wake up Thursday and to see all of my OGs from school posting and going, wait a minute. Because initially I thought it was another Scoob, and that's always sucks when you're like, oh my God, and then you find out that it isn't. You're relieved, but you're also sad because the circumstances are so heartbreaking, only to be heard again and go, wait, that's who that was? And again, to mean so much to so many fucking people. Fuck marching and going Black Lives Matter, fam. I'm not rocking with none of that. You already matter to so many people. You've been matter to so many people. And to you always talk about niggas get credit for what they supposed to do. Nah, fam, we gonna stop that too, because the narrative is that it ain't black men out here really, really taking care of theirs. Man, Scoob was doing so much for his children. And like so many black men of our generation are. Lex is a father. I get to watch him be an awesome dad. Like you and Sid's relationship is part of my excitement and around being a dad, because just how y'all conversations is just funny to me. She's so smart, but it's a direct correlation from Kendra and you and like how y'all interact. And I'm just loving this new wave of parents and how the things that because we could badmouth our parents' tactics and all that shit all we want. Is nigga, you do it then. And so to watch you guys do it and be great at it just means the world, and that's what Scoob was doing. Just being active and being there, and for some of us in the ways that we wish that our parents were able to be there. I know in spending this time with my dad, I'm getting a lot of the information that I needed just in terms of what empathy is for real, and what accountability and ownership is. It's like people do the best they can with the best the fuck they got, and based on his sacrifices, my mother's sacrifices, my grandmother's sacrifices, all the cousins, the tribe around us, my nigga, you do what's best. And so if all these people made all these sacrifices for you, you got to be the best version of you. And I'm so fortunate to wake up every day and to have an opportunity to get fucking better. And it's partly because I just wasn't overexposed to hella trauma. And so when babies tragically lose their father in such a heartbreaking way. You want to be able to go, how can I help, and how can I make sure that they know that they're still loved, that they're still cared after. And it's crippling. It's absolutely crippling to know that many children were impacted by that loss. It's like, yeah, he's tragically murdered, but the lasting impact that will have on children and their, and their regard for their own kind, and how to go forth, and how to simply have faith and believe when somebody who was doing the right thing can just be taken away for something so minor, like not like so ridiculous. Let's just call it what it is. And so my heart goes out to the family. My heart goes out to that particular section of East Oakland, because that's a family in itself. A section that has already been through so much loss and so much tragedy, and time again tried to repair itself and figure out how to go forward and heal. It just feels like a setback, and so I'm sorry. Don't even feel like enough. It was an impossible week of loss, and we're here. Whatever it is we can do in the true sense of the world, and word, excuse me, and that's really what we're attempting to build in terms of like tragedy, grief, and what that repair work may look like. It's not easy. It's not meant to be tongue in cheek, and it also ain't meant to be leveraged for the sake of just saying shit. Nigga, you got to show up. Even when you don't know what to say, you got to just show up and be there. And so to all the families that experienced loss this week, man, we are here as a community, as a spirit here, man. Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Yeah. It was hard because all of that shit was taking place on Wednesday night, G, and Snowfall was premiering, right? And Kev and I, I had a session to do. Shout out to Kev, that's really my brother, because the studio was built as a means to sort of house your creativity, but we hit a pandemic, and niggas had to make money and keep the lights on this motherfucker, so you, out of nowhere, became an audio engineer. I ain't no fucking recording engineer, bro. I never had no aspirations to do that at all, right? But it's keeping the lights on, for fuck's sake, right? So a young, super talented artist came in here. Shout out to my brother Isaiah, who brought Isaiah in here to record, but he's green, and we, just wanted to learn some things, so we just working through and actually got some dope takes on him. Shout out to Lil Bro. But Kev was like, nigga, I ain't letting you sitting there do that shit by yourself, and just kind of came and kicked it. And at the end, it was late, and it was like, nigga, you want to watch Snowfall? And I'm like, yeah, I thought you never asked. So we watch season 4, episode 1. R.I.P. to John Singleton. Didn't know what to expect, being honest. And part of me was prepared for it to have a drop off. I just was, being honest. Whoo. When I say not only did it not have a drop off, it was hitting entirely too close to home in terms of what was happening in the field for real Wednesday night. I mean, too close. And I'm like, oh shit. But then you settle in and you go, all right, man, I'm ready. And then you look up and they didn't drop 2 episodes on that ass first night. You like, oh shit. So now you back into what you watch it for, the cinematography, the writing, the acting. What's bruh's name? That played Stacy on the Wood, DeAndre G. That, when you talk about redemption story, you know what I'm talking about, from the Wood?
Yeah, I know he's about.
Yeah. But his
light skin cat.
But he always plays. He's played that same character for his whole career, with the exception of Sunset Park. He was the nerd in Sunset Park, though. Mm-hmm. He was not Boogie. What was his brother name? Busy. He was busy in Sunset Park.
DeAndre Bounds.
So, I did watch his Vlad interview, and he told the most heartbreaking story in terms of sort of becoming those characters in his actual real life going on one. So, the redemption story of just a world-class actor, just artist, straight up and down.
Is this the first season he's on?
No, he was in season 3.
Oh, okay.
He's in they introduced him like halfway through season 3 or at the end of season 3, right? Isn't it right at the end?
Yeah, I think
like the last few. He just gets introduced as the big homie to one of the homies.
Gotcha.
As a means to turn the story up. Mm-hmm. Halfway through season 3, but he's a pillar in season 4. And then other bruh who's his rival is essentially one of the bruhs that got lit on Vine. I can't think of his name. Manboy.
Oh yeah.
Manboy's character, but he was in. He also was in. What's the? Oh shit. Bruh that made Blackish. He got the show with him and Rashida Jones. That was hella controversial.
Oh, Kenya.
Kenya's Netflix show that was hella controversial. What was that? Black as Fuck. The Manboy character is in that, but he is from.
Oh, is he the cousin in that or something?
Yeah, the tall light skin.
Yeah.
But he came from Vine, IG skits on YouTube, and landed this role, and is bodying this role. And, and part of the conversation still is Idris, brother that plays Franklin, is British. Daniel, who plays Fred Hampton, is British. Idris Elba, we can go all day. And DeAndre Bounds just makes a really good point in talking about the British black actors' access to theater and the range it affords them. And you see it.
They got an acting setup out there for sure. It's like
no, but so I wasn't just gonna go acting. I just did an interview, and people and part of the question was, when did it change for you? And it was like, when Flo and Battle Laugh took me to Europe. Bruh, I got there, and the conversations that I was having with college students, artists, and they were talking about the support that they get from their form of government as creators, the living stipends, the breaks essentially, and I'm going, wait, if you an artist in the States, nigga, you liable to be sleep in the train station, let alone playing in that motherfucker. Like, there isn't any of that set up. And I'm going, damn. Because we had a conversation in and around Luka and sports. And you go, man, you can't just make everything these blanket race conversations, but it is. Why on earth would the arts be some of the first things removed from inner city schools? Is it generating too much independence? Is it generating too much wealth? I'm sorry, bro. We got to look at that. To take all the instruments. Think about this. To take all the instruments and all the music programs out of inner city schools just for black kids to go, we just gonna take our parents' records, man, and mash them up together and then rap over them. Like, wait, you mean to tell me there's nothing you can do to stop expression? Like, nothing. Because you thought just taking art programs away was gonna be it. It didn't work. What's that scene in Your Honor where them niggas is taking the rims down? And you're like, you're 10 times more likely to be shot at a basketball court. Bro, where you get them stats from?
I think though this more pertains to like how far capitalism actually goes, because I think Yeah, we can say that the arts are taken away from schools, but like it's not even that they like in America. It's not even that you even want to have school even be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're working as hard as possible to take away as many subjects as possible, including science. Like they'd rather take out science and put in religion and just have you like be like faithful to some shit.
Breed more sheep.
Exactly. So it's geared in order to like allow you to, fall in line for some of the things that we need you to do as far as being workers. Like we just need you to be a worker.
Yeah.
Be a worker bee. Grow up and be a worker bee, please. That's what we need from you. Once you start having these high aspirations and shit like that shit's falling on deaf ears around here. What we need you to do is work for these companies that we are building for y'all. We have it set up for you already. You're gonna live in poverty. You're gonna live bad, but
you're gonna live on the hamster wheel. That just enough to keep the machine going. And
caulk.
We
talk about caulks.
We did. How easily it's dismissed though, and what Snowfall is bodying as a story is the nuance and the detail. I know L hasn't seen it, so and then it's early, and then I was so surprised.
4?
This is season 4, yeah. Okay. I was so surprised by how few people have actually tapped in. So I'm hella excited about the few people we can talk about it with. But for those who haven't seen it, Snowfall season 4 is absolutely epic. You haven't seen the premiere yet, right, Lex?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll save it. But I led with that just because of what was all taking place this weekend and around Oakland. 22 murders at this point in the year already.
It's turned.
It is. But how it's hard not to. It's a direct correlation to the economy, man. It's a lot of PPP money in the streets. It's a lot of guns in the streets right now, just because people were clipping up for the pandemic. But beyond both of those things, mental illness is rampant and going misdiagnosed and not diagnosed, and the self-medication is happening. And the drugs are tainted like a motherfucker. So if you are a user, if you are self-medicating, please do your damnedest to indulge as safe as possible. And that's funny to say, but Professor Carl, what is Brez's last name? With the dreads, that was on the crack documentary.
On the Breakfast Club.
Did you see his Breakfast Club interview?
Mm-hmm. I saw parts of it. I didn't see the whole
thing. Was that not the most frustrating 56 minutes of your life?
Yeah, I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw the clips of it, and yeah, it sounded like they was going to talk about some wild shit.
Gee, he simply saying he at no point did he endorse drug usage. He was saying the propaganda that was leveraged to put black folks in prison is a real thing. And if you are going to use, do it as safe as possible with the purest form of those drugs that you can.
Yeah, I saw he was talking about like the issue being like it bypassing the source and going directly to like what the product actually is and fighting against like the individuals that was using or selling it. Kind of saw that.
What he was saying.
But it was using, right? Like who was using it?
But he's a researcher, so that's how he started. He was like he started using at 30 because he was like, I can't research these drugs and have these takes if I don't know the actual effects of them. Mm-hmm. So he began using, and he was the example that he was using was heroin and morphine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like it's the same thing with two additional biological with two additional properties that don't have any biological effect. So technically, they're exactly the same thing. One just has a medical term and isn't accepted, and the other has been demonized for the benefits of capitalism. There's no way to dispute that. Mm-hmm. And he's also saying, he's like, and if you get the purest form of it, you're least likely to OD or die in these tragic ass ways. And so,
but isn't the problem though that it stopped being pure? Like the further away from its source, the less pure it became. So by the time if it got into a hood or whatever, in order to cut the cost of like how you were making it
for the benefit of capitalism. That's
right.
the only point he was making.
So it was more of like a insertion of human error than
the actual plant itself.
Right.
Because it's heroin, coke, like they all derive from a fucking plant.
Yeah.
And so that's what is like the human error element of it, and the capitalism portion, and that's the conversation he was attempting to have. And it's always frustrating when Charlemagne and Envy try to act like they're not even agenda. They just think they're smarter than they are, and they're unwilling, and like they're so. But they are doing radio and it's entertainment, so it might just be more of that. So let me be gracious in that. But
at the same time,
that's the agenda though.
He sat on Joe Rogan and had the same conversation, and it was completely different. But it's a 3-hour conversation, so it's taken out of context, and everybody took the headline and went, "Yale professor is a heroin addict," and he's like, "Wait, bro, that's not what I said."
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen that Joe Rogan episode, I'd encourage everybody to go watch it and watch the fucking crack documentary, for crying out loud, because he explains it in vivid detail how the propaganda of crack alone waged a war on black folks and is the reason so many black folks are incarcerated today. So it's the only conversation he was trying to have, and it's completely been fucking hijacked by people's agendas. And it's really, really disheartening. My bad, Lex. Go ahead.
I can't remember what I was going to say.
Shit.
But you probably wrapped it up in there, and that's why it's gone.
Yeah, and people don't understand like how propaganda and like your agenda coincide, because they've basically programmed you to think a certain way.
Yeah.
So they programmed you to think a certain way towards something that you're not knowledgeable of. So I do commend him as a researcher actually doing the drug in order to know what the effects are before you are talking about it, because that's a lot of the chaos around drugs or whatever. Like, something to know about drugs in particular is that it's biological. So like you have your entire body is made up of biology. So drugs aren't going to do to you what it might do to another person, depending on like what your setup is on your interior. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot more that goes into drugs than just it's bad for you. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's sometimes it's euphoric for some people. It opens up your mind for other people to be creative. It does all kind of things. Like it gives you free reign to have access to more without having to worry about shit that is like. And it's a lot that goes into it.
It's all really convenient branding too. He talked about it. He's like, it just depends on what's in and who wants to push the initiative. It's like the wave that mushrooms and psychedelics are having right now he's like, it's unprecedented. Like that shit was demonized too in the 70s, and now it's like, nah. Ayahuasca and like how freely everybody talks about all these things, it's like, bruh, it is solely agenda based, and it's hard to disprove and discount that it's attached to race and capitalism.
That's because they found out about Silicon Valley.
You feel me?
I think
what they be getting into.
The other thing I remembered was also him trying to teach people. Because it's like when he was like, it's realistic. Some people are just going to do certain drugs. Mm-hmm. So I'm here to tell you, don't mix this with this. Because when you mix these two, the chemicals alone have a certain reaction. Yeah. And that's why you
That's the point. That's exactly that. I'm so glad you said that. Because that's the analogy. He was like, so you guys got kids. The conversations in and around sex is going to come. And it's like, you can say don't have sex, but what are kids going to do? They're going to go have sex. So instead of going don't have sex, why not educate them on how to do it as safe as possible? He's like, okay. He's like, so nobody wants to hear it, but it's the same with drug consumption. You can say don't do it, but there's all these different exposures and things that are fully beyond your control. And it's like, yo, you just got to be. It's like Mac Miller might still be here had he known the damages of fucking fentanyl and how rampant it was on the market. Like that was a like an epidemic essentially. It's like people were getting all kind of bad batches of coke, Molly, and everything that were being cut with fentanyl. And because no one was talking about it or educating it, we had an insane record. Like the overdose annual rate is already through the roof, but that wave of fentanyl, like right around when Mac died, the amount of people that were dying from overdoses directly with fentanyl in their system was crazy. I think he said that it was in ASAP Yam's it wasn't fentanyl that was in ASAP Yam's toxicology report. It was the chemicals that was mixed that caused his heart failure. And so that's the research he was trying to help. It's like, yo, with this drug culture, we won't necessarily be able to stop it, but we can educate and inform so people know not to fucking take opioids and drink alcohol. Your heart stops. The likelihood of your heart stopping when you mix opioids and alcohol is like something insane. And so it's like he promised ASAP Yam's mother to educate people on that, as opposed to wagging his finger going, don't do that. I don't know. It made sense to me. I hope more people were learning, and it's definitely not to sit here and induce it, but it is to endorse. It is to endorse normalizing conversations that may not agree with your
core beliefs.
But it's core beliefs, but it also is a convenient core belief. Like people's core beliefs shift on convenience and
well, if you're never gonna do a drug, then obviously you're gonna have like this devilish view towards it. You know what I mean? Like if you've interacted with it, then it'll be less likely that that's the case, I would think.
Gee, I'm not doing no heroin. Hey.
Nobody said go do heroin.
Yeah, no knock on anyone who's a user. I'm not doing it, but I appreciated I appreciated the dialogue and the expertise of someone who does. Also, to your point, I'm biased because one of the capstone is what you have to submit for graduation in college, but part of the stepping stone to my thesis was Portugal was the first country to completely abolish drug offense crimes. Like completely, they just did away with you could not be cited for a drug offense, and by proxy they began opening these like kiosks essentially to get clean brand new needles for users, right? And these safe methods of using, and they saw crime drop significantly, and they saw fucking overdoses cut in half. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dog, like, come on, man, like, so you locking people up who are addicts? What sense did that make unless you can benefit from it? I don't know.
Another thing is, even for people who don't do heroin, it's also for people who sip a lot of lean.
Yep. Yes.
Some people don't even connect the two. And it's like he says a lot, and I know some people just instantly only connect all the jewels that he's given to people who do like heroin and shit like that, and then they ignore the fact that like there will be some people who will be like, oh, this motherfucker done heroin before while they're sipping lean, like judging him when it's almost the same shit. It's still opioid. So
that's what I'm saying when I say drugs, though. Like drugs doesn't have to be like necessarily like the hardest core drug that you could possibly do.
Yeah,
but it's all, I would say, underneath like the umbrella of like, you just have to understand like some of the things that folks tend to go through, some of the things that people tend to be exposed to is different across the board. But if you haven't experienced it, then of course you're gonna have a certain type of view towards it.
Yeah.
But it's important to, like anything, be educated on like the full scope of it.
Yeah.
Before the opinion.
Yeah.
Like what folks do is they jump to the opinion.
Facts.
And disregard being educated whatsoever on what they're talking about. It just sounds good, but then it unfortunately has a bunch of people that will jump on board with that because they're part of like that group social atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so it's whoever has the more voices in a crew is the ones that are going to be the ones that are heard for the most part. So I would say that the drug community is a lot smaller than it is for like the other community. I would say as far as like the voices go, so that will be overshadowed.
Serious question, fellas, and I need y'all to really think about this. No. Lex, because we talked about it. Does Meek have any friends? Yeah, see, nobody takes me serious. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely fucking fed up. I'm having a serious moment right now. Does Meek have any friends?
No, it's a funny question because where my mind immediately went to was, would I be Meek's friend? And that kind of answered my question for me, so that's why I laugh like that. Cause
wait, so now I'm like, where do we want to start? Would you be Meek's friend? Like, fuck the original question. Would you be Meek's friend, G?
I can't be Meek's friend. Man.
Couldn't be. Okay. Okay. I thought it was just me. Could you be Wale's friend?
I could probably know Wale.
You could probably know him. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Like it wouldn't be like something where me and Wale hang out a lot.
Gotcha.
But we'll probably be cool on certain circuits. Like we might fuck around in the club.
So does that?
But once we leave the club, I'm probably like we're not going the same direction.
So on any level, does that make you feel bad for Ross? Or no, not feel bad for Ross. Does that make you go, damn, Ross is fucking brilliant, man? He got the most out of them in the amount of time that he did.
I think Ross look at that situation the same way I just said it. Like I can do these songs and I can be in this booth and like get because you're talented.
Yeah. But
I think off of that, it wasn't much like y'all could hit me and shit like that.
Where you at?
Could I be either one of their friends?
No. You can go back to we can go back to the original question.
Do I think Meek has any friends?
Yeah. I
think he do, but the friends that he have, since he's kind of like
they're dependent upon him.
Yeah, so they don't really want to say with like, come on, my nigga, don't do that. Like they can't say that anymore.
He has to have one nigga.
So he met those friends later, is what you're saying?
It'd be day one niggas around that won't.
To say,
you don't think it's day one niggas around that don't want to see the money go anywhere?
I don't think there is a day one nigga around me.
I feel like there are day ones around him, but those are the day ones that followed me.
Hell no.
And then the other day ones that kept it 100 with him, they're like, nigga, I'm not your friend because you got money, so you don't need to buy me shit.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do, and then Meek separate himself from that.
So you guys are aligned in that. Y'all don't think it's any day ones around Meek at all.
No. I think there's been so many variations of Meek to this point. Like
for there to be day one. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think he's crossed enough paths. Like I think because what happens is like once he gets to another plateau, I think he clears out whoever was around, and like now it'll just be an influx of whoever's at that point.
Got it.
So I think it just keeps getting turned over at each stage.
Got it.
Which makes it very confusing for you as an individual to have any level of consistency, which is what we see.
Damn, I hadn't thought about it like that. There was part of me that wanted to go, it's gotta be.
It makes no other sense for him to be in some of these situations that he ends up with on a consistent basis.
That's what I was
like. That's
saying.
The only thing that's consistent with him is that he's gonna
say some crazy shit. Okay.
Situations.
See, that's what I was saying, and I'm poking fun, but it's like there's not 1 second that I would go, y'all would let. For fuck's sake, y'all made fun of me last week. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like you got to kind of make fun of yourself, bro. Like really, like even back to the Drake shit.
Shit, Kevin Hart made fun of them niggas, boy, and them people ain't been around Meek since. They couldn't hold their own, and he thought he had some funny niggas with him.
Yeah,
until
Kev got
around, and then them niggas ain't been around since.
So
Told you, clear you out each time,
man. So that's what I was sort of leaning on. I go, the Drake shit was an indictment.
My bad. The niggas that told him about the Drake shit, and that nigga went off the deep end and started talking,
and then got cooked.
And then the niggas ain't around no more either. And then moved on to the next group.
So that was the, cause I go Push and Meek. Why was Push able to do what Meek thought he was gonna do? Push was successful at going at Drake, and Meek was. You know you're not successful when you go at a nigga and you eventually gotta go, all right, man, let's be friends. Like, this is too much. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Like, stop. Cut it out.
You ever wonder what that text was like?
Hey, no, could you know? See, I feel like Meek knew enough not to put that in writing because that shit would come out one day. So he put it in the voice note so that shit disappear eventually. He's like, hey. And then prayed Drake didn't know how to keep it because the keep sign don't always pop up, nigga. So it's like, nah, man, I'm going to just send this voice note real quick and get this off. That's how that shit got ended. So that's one. How he handled the Nicki shit was weird. Like, not to shoot Nicki no bail on it, but Nicki came out looking like the real nigga in that situation to me. Then you move into, it's a whole bunch of other weird shit. The 6ix9ine shit was fucking strange.
Yeah.
And then if I'm playing you guys songs, mm-hmm. and I have that line in there.
Which line? The
Kobe line.
Gotcha.
There's not a single part of me that thinks y'all not gonna go, yeah, that ain't it, fam. And not that, and what's sick is I'm not even going, everybody's going too soon. I'm going, that's just a trash ass line.
I was about to say the bar
was just weak.
It didn't hit.
It's not worth the headache, fam. Like, if it was tight, then you go,
It didn't go with the thing that he's talking about prior, and then it didn't go with what he's talking about afterwards.
It made no sense. It made no sense.
It was a stretch, and it was meant just to make some headlines for that snippet.
Yep.
I don't think it was ever meant to actually come out. I think it was just for that snippet. But
with that makes it even more disgusting.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also it's a situation that I would say that I cannot put past them.
Facts.
Which at this point is unfortunate.
Facts.
You know, it's unfortunate when you say, "Oh, I can't put this past an individual," because that lets me know that I don't think there is a way for you to be solid. Yeah. Which makes it so fucking funny that Wack said what he said.
Yeah.
Because it was spot the fuck on. I hate that it came from Wack, but like it's still like it was spot the fuck on. Pretenders are good. Pretenders have a hard time. Just not like trying to figure
just
out
not
what
revealing themselves.
Like working on their next thing to pretend about.
Yeah.
Like they have they have to insert themselves on things that they ain't got no business being in.
The attention gets low, and you're like, I gotta say something. It's like you don't, but you're going to. Okay.
that's how the process goes too.
you technically don't have to say anything, but
there was probably somebody that said that. He's like, nah, there is. There's a reason.
But L makes the most brilliant point. The line before the setup doesn't match, and the line after does not match. It's just a really shitty rap.
Yeah.
And the fact that no one's saying that is really the most disturbing part.
To tell you the truth, all the way up to Chopper, it still doesn't seem that Kobe would be a part of that.
No.
So the fact that that next line had Kobe in it was like, it's a head scratch for everyone. You know, it's just like
I just like, oh yeah. And that's kind of why I didn't want to talk about it. I was like, it's just a really bad line.
Also, Vanessa is widow barring people to death right now. If y'all don't keep his name out of y'all mouths, she is widow barring you all at this moment. And because y'all keep doing it, I mean, I get it. The person is hard not to talk about, but respectfully, people respectfully leave?
It's not hard to talk about it.
I'm talking about in the world of attention.
Okay.
People have to attach themselves to these type of things. So when the anniversary came around, we knew that folks was about to be out here wilding.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like I was hoping that SportsCenter will chill out. You know what I mean? Like that was just but it was beyond that. It was just people that needed to say something about it.
When is certain shit just gonna be left alone?
Never. And I hate to say it like that, but the reason I feel like never is because now we're in the age of this shit.
Oh, man. It's like, and that's why I go, you don't have no friends, fam? That was like, bro, stop. There ain't nothing fly about that. I didn't, it's like, oh, here comes Monty personalizing things again. That's because I always preface it, but it's funny because it's the scope that I look at it through, and it's just like the amount of shit that I get between just L and Poe alone. This nigga Poe texts us whenever some shit is coming. He goes. He says our government name, like our full name. Bro. And he go, oh, shit. What did he say yesterday? He goes, Armani. And you laughed immediately. What did he ask me, though, G? And then you didn't help.
Nah, he said that. Remember that top?
No. Never mind. I forgot that quick.
I was like, did you want that one out? I don't know.
Fuck. No, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. What did he say?
He said, "Remember the time I went to your college swim class or something like that."
But he said Armani, and then
he said Armani, LOL,
and then he laughed immediately.
I laughed at the Armani part because I knew it was gonna be some bullshit.
And then no. This is the sick part. Then he goes, Then L goes, oh, so you know how to get momentum when you do the flip off the wall. Like, fam, don't say momentum to me in a text message. And then, Poe, don't ask me about a swim class. I was like, oh, my partners don't respect my gangster rap at all. Like fam. And then Poe goes, yeah, man, you can't be no rapper, bro. It's over for you. I'm like, man.
Because I was just imagining, bro, Monty doing flips in the water, bro, to push himself off the wall. But like that shit is great.
Gee, literally the swim class was an elective, and then my dumb ass didn't take any electives in the first 3 years.
So you just got them back to back.
So yeah, I had 2 quarters of just straight electives.
That's how my shit was. But I did my electives early.
See, you did it smart.
I got right to it. I was in there doing tennis, boy, hitting the ball over the fence. Bro, I can't keep the ball on the course for shit during tennis class. I was doing badminton. What? Badminton, I never went to that one though. They just got to miss me with that. I did badminton probably twice before I was like, nah, y'all just got to give me credit for being here, bro. I'm gonna do some stretches off to the side.
See what I mean? And you don't have no friends? If your niggas is making fun of you about better you, like I'm in college, fam. I'm doing electives, and my niggas found a joke in that. Yeah, I'm done. All I wanted to do was be a rapper, man, and my niggas won't even let me get that off.
It was a setup, man. It was the setup.
It was the setup. He goes Armani
and LOL
and LOL.
So he's laughing hella hard.
No. But I missed the LOL. And I didn't get that it was a joke until L laughed at the Armani, and I was like, and because my immediate response, he said Armani, and I go, no, he said Armani, and then he goes, remember that swim class in college you took? And I go, damn, Poe, you really my nigga for real, because you drove all the way up and came to class with me, and no, this nigga got in the water. Like, what? Wait a minute. He was doing laps right next to me. So yeah, he left that part out.
That's why I asked y'all, bro. Where y'all did y'all do the flips in the water to the
to jump and then niggas say momentum. L, don't text me about momentum no more, fam. Don't ask me about.
I feel like that's the only way to get as a human body, bro, to get that extra oomph against the waves.
Oomph is crazy.
So far, momentum and oomph.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's important. So,
staying with rappers. Schmurder's home.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he's home. Let's start there. I'm glad he's out of fucking prison. Just sounds like fucking nightmare.
Sucks.
Shouldn't have said nothing. You should. I was gonna let y'all live. Ooh. We'll get back to Bobby Shmurda.
Oh shit! we need to move Bobby Shmurda around for this.
No, yeah. I'm sorry, Shmurda. Happy home, but nigga, everybody's talking about you. Lex pulls up. He goes, "Hey, money, I'm downstairs." I go downstairs. He goes, "Man, it's the finer things in life that matter." Like, nigga, what are you talking about? What? He goes, "Man, I got pulled over, and the cop was a dick." And I'm just like, "You tell the story."
Nah, so I'm on 24, and I'm before the tunnel, and I'm going 75. So, that's a good speed to be going.
Yeah.
I get blurted by State Patrol. So, I get all the way over. And this motherfucker, license registration. And then he comes back. He's like, "You know why I pulled you over?" I'm like, "No, why?" "I swear I seen you watching a video on your phone."
Bro, at 75 miles an hour, you dick.
My nigga said, "I swear, though."
I swear.
I could have.
And then going to ask me, "So were you watching a video?"
No.
Thank you.
Hey, why you ask the question? You knew the answer.
And then he was like, "I noticed that you still got stuff at the jail in Oakland you need to pick up."
Trying to cover his tracks.
And I'm like,
doggies in the room.
"Nah, I don't want none of that stuff." So as I'm driving to the pod, all it did was make me think about, damn, if this was years ago, I would have been stressed out the whole time I was pulled over. Like, damn near ready to Earl, sweating. Like, damn, how's this going to go? But this time, literally
trying to put your hands 10-2.
Yeah. Put on the white people voice. "No, officer, I do not know."
Facts.
Hey, I was trying to pull out everything before that shit come for you to come.
Hey.
I'm not trying to move a hand, officer.
Hey, no, nigga, now they show the home. I forget who it was, but years ago showed me the universal sign of like, "You not a threat." Roll all the windows down, turn the fucking light on, and all the shit. Like every time, bro. I don't want no smoke. Like here,
Damn.
and I don't got shit to say to you either because I wasn't doing nothing, so I'm about to be on my way. But I don't need no mix ups.
That's it.
I don't need no misunderstandings, no nothing.
Cause they be quick to escalate shit. It go from a calm situation to them putting like unclipping shit. And it's like, bro, what? How'd you even jump to that? And me, all my life has been an asshole towards these type of situations. So I've had to gradually learn to be better in these type of situations because I will be the one that outlines every single thing that you're doing. When I could have just been going home. Yeah. Now I'm over here jammed up with these motherfuckers because I was an asshole back to the asshole.
Yeah. Lex is leaving very interesting details out of this story. I just want to get there first. Nigga, don't you laugh because we coming to you next.
PG-13.
So the highway patrol proceeds to bring up some old shit. And Lex goes down the wormhole telling us about said old experience, which led me to jail stories on Meet the Brave podcast.
All right, I'll tell.
Brought to you by Lex, NLG. Ready, go.
I'll go first then. So, but on the drive back, it made me think about what the fuck he was talking about that was left at the Oakland jail. And I don't even know why he would even say it's there for me to pick up.
Sir, I'm not going. They can have that.
Yeah,
I'm not going.
Everything there you can have. Because I already know.
Y'all rebook,
sir, they got memorabilia. They got your mama's baby pictures. They can keep it. I'm not going in there. I know what Coco look like.
But going back to the story, so this had to be 2013?
That was a minute ago, bro. Yeah.
Like 2013, 2012, one of the two. But a robbery happened in Berkeley. And somehow all the shit got to the quadplex I was living in. And they turned on a computer on a Mac. And so the police got the last known dot of where the Mac was at. Our quadplex, they ran everybody's name. My name's the one that has old shit on the record. So they go ahead, call SWAT and everybody. And they were supposed to bust in my door at like 6 a.m, but I have to be to work at 6 a.m. So I'm leaving out at 5:30. I get pulled over. And at first, the cop's cool. He's like, let me see your license and everything. And I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and I seen him step back and just toss the shit in his car, pull out the pistol, and run up on the window. Get out the car! Get out the car!
Yo.
So I'm like, what is going on? This motherfucker had me on Clayton Road in July.
Damn.
In Concord, California. Hot as fuck. Face on the pavement. And he put cones around me instead of letting me be. Bruh, in the middle lane.
They're looking wild, bro.
In the middle, instead of like putting me off on the sidewalk or anything, you gonna see it right.
Stay right there.
You know, everybody rubbernecking, like
everybody looking at me.
They can't help themselves. Driving 2 miles per hour just to look at this whole situation.
For 3 hours
cameras out.
And for 3 hours until the SWAT truck finally pull up. So they got the nigga.
They got you looking like a terrorist,
bruh. Like nigga, I'm Pablo Escobar. They done knocked on all the other apartment doors and told everybody to get out because they don't know who inside my apartment. And the whole time, like, I'm by myself.
Jesus.
And then they were like, well, we got to bust down the door. I'm like, my house key on there. You don't need to bust down no door. But nah, it's too late. So they bust down the door.
No, I was saying that as in we already in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we got the equipment on.
I wasn't asking you.
Yeah, nah, that was just like that was what we were supposed to tell you before we do it, but I was just letting you know that we said it. You know, so you can't when you go back and think about it and shit, and you got to tell the court and shit. We told you.
Yeah.
That's like reading your rights, nigga. Like they'll read your rights at some point. It ain't when they supposed to, but nigga, they might do that shit when they already locking you up and shit.
And the fucking thing is, they still ain't telling me why the fuck I'm even detained or anything.
Yeah.
So they ran the door in, and all of them was in that motherfucker. So then, by then they don't put me in the back of a police car. Then the main dude comes and he's like, "All right, bring him in." So I'm in handcuffs. They bring me in the apartment, and then they start playing the good cop, bad cop.
Oh yeah, hate that.
And it's like I couldn't help but laugh. Because it's already, I'm looking at my apartment. My apartment's destroyed. They done cut up my bed.
It's like a real movie.
Yeah, they done broke the jar of pickles and just left it on the counter.
He was hiding the coke and the pickles. What a criminal! The coke and the pickles is crazy.
Yeah.
And then, so the good cop's
he thought
like,
he was gonna get away with the pickles.
I've seen this.
Pickle joke.
No pickle.
The old pickle joint. Huh?
Okay. Stash spot in the pickles. I've seen this before.
he think he onto something new. So
that'd be on some bullshit.
That's when they told me there was a robbery in Berkeley last night. And I'm like, I don't got nothing to do with that. Yeah. I was out with my boy Terry. Yeah. You can just go ahead and call
Terry?
You can call him. He'll let you know. And then next year, all I do is hear in the back room, we got him. We got him. And I was like, they done found everything. So he come out with the bulletproof vest, pistols, shotgun, just all sorts of shit. He's like,
Lex was living the life, man. Mind you. I just want to put that highlight.
Ready.
So they're like, this ain't on the warrant, but you got all this. You might as well tell us where's the stuff at from the robbery. I'm like, I don't know nothing about no robbery. So then the bad cop come out the back. Boy, you know what's going on. You know what's going on.
I'm sorry. I would have been dying, bro.
I was. He was like, ain't nothing funny. You going down. I'm going to make sure you go down. They couldn't have got you in Seattle, but we got you now.
Oh, wow. Oh,
they got to get better with training.
They got to.
They got to. Bad cops has to stop it.
So, we going back and forth, and I don't know nothing. So then they supposed to take me. Now, mind you, I'm arrested in Concord. So they supposed to take me first to the nearest jail. He like, nah, we gonna break you. We gonna take you straight to Oakland. We gonna break you.
Yeah.
And took me there. And I had sat there from Saturday morning till Tuesday night.
Oh, facts.
No court. They just had to release me because they didn't really have shit on me.
Yeah.
And since all the stuff that they detained wasn't even on the search warrant.
And then the 48 hours technically don't start until Monday. That's fucking crazy. Dude.
So the funniest part is I'm in jail. Mind you, I'm in my work uniform, a bright orange shirt, black slacks that got paint stains all over them. And motherfuckers are coming up to me, hey, bruh, is your job hiring?
Like, nigga, I'm in here with you.
What's they starting pay? Oh, shit, that sounds good, bruh. Can you hook a brother up? I'm like, nigga, do you see where we at? Homie over there taking a shit right now. Do you see where we at?
Oh, we in the same spot.
Talk
about a job.
See?
I don't know if I got a job right now.
Exactly.
They pulled me on the way to job.
I promised y'all go jail stories with Lex and L, and he laughing like he ain't got to go next. That's what's crazy.
I'm gonna say the one sad part though. So I called my mom's, and before I could say anything, she accepted the call. You lying motherfucker! You said you was going to California. You gonna change shit around, and look where you calling from, and hang up on me. I had to call my nigga Terry. Like, look, he was like, bruh, blood. I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna let them know that you was with me. Da da da. I said, fuck all that. Just call my mom and explain to her that I don't got nothing to do.
Fuck the police. Keep mama off my ass. See, I'm so glad you said that because niggas still don't know. I'm gonna shoot y'all some bail. I don't have a jail story. Hallelujah. But I'm not gonna say that because jail is a fucking nightmare. The most embarrassing shit in the world that I'm never gonna. I have nightmares about it to this day. We got jumped by some niggas, and my mother had to get all my items back in front of everybody. So, what I proceeded to explain to the assailants is, hey, I can't leave without my jacket, fellas. I would gladly give it to you. However, I begged my mother for this North Face, and she's a killer. So, if I gotta choose between fighting 20 of y'all and one of her, guess what I'm picking? I'm just gonna have to shoot the fair one with all of y'all and just take this ass whooping because Coco don't play.
That's real.
Simple as that.
Especially if I just handed it over to you. Like, how am I supposed to tell her? How am I supposed to live at night?
Gee, I'm talking 2 Christmases a mama, please. I need this North Face. Everybody got one. And then finally, Christmas morning, dun, 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 dun. Nigga, Dreamcast, the Iversons, fuck all that. I got a North Face. Wore it one time. And no, the fucked up part is I wasn't even wearing it. I let my cousin wear it. And this nigga, he big Billy Badass. He take the jacket off. Who wants some of me? Sir, pick my jacket up first and foremost. While you playing, the littlest nigga in their crew go pick it up. Oh yeah, we got this. And my cousin Dylan, I love you, but you ran and you left me.
That's how you feel? That's how you feel?
I ain't gonna be the only one out here with their mama fighting their battles. Look here. My nigga, for reference, my niggas left. And they thought, I was like, hey man, Mr. Robber, I need my jacket.
Mr. Gangster, Mr. Killer.
Mr. Killer, I need my jacket. Like, nigga, you ain't gonna run with your partners? No. First of all, my Timbs is untied and I need my jacket. I got my jacket back.
Hey, way to deal with your priorities, though, buddy.
The way my mom pulled up, that's the sickest part. Cause my shout out John Winston and Kyle. Them niggas was just so happened to be in the area. They pulled up with baseball bats ready to get on some. Mind you, the kids were our age. John and them was like 6 years older than us. So it's like, bro, y'all definitely going to jail if y'all hit them. My mom got there in record time and proceeded to smash on everybody. And the cop was like, ma'am. We got, and they're like, nah, fuck that. I'm like, Mom, you gonna go to jail. The kid is in the back of the cop car and she trying to get through the window. I'm like, this is the most gangster shit I ever seen in my life.
True,
like,
Richmond.
You know? So,
yeah. So you get it.
So I was immediately triggered when you was like, hey, fuck the police. Call my mama, nigga. Like,
nah, that's real.
It ain't nothing you can do for me down here, but you can keep my mama off my ass. And it's like, hey, copper, I ain't really scared of y'all, but yeah, that was a triggering, like, sorry. So, sir, to you.
All right, so I'll tell you my story. So
No.
What's up?
I just want you to start with the outfit, or whenever you introduce the outfit, just warn me so I can highlight.
I got you. I'll blaze through it.
Okay, got you.
But so we was out today, and they was having a good ass time. Like, everything was thoroughly going well.
Today was a good day.
Today was an amazing day. You know what I mean?
Ice Cube. Everything was going perfect.
What?
That day.
It was a perfect ass day. Like. From the morning, we had already, we went outside. I think we went and had some mimosas or some shit like that. But
some what?
Some mimosas or something like that.
Wait.
No, for sure.
You didn't start your day with mimosas and ended in jail. I'm sorry.
Real life, bro. It started from the very beginning of the day.
Oh. That is a good day.
Just the spectrum, mimosas, They were probably bottomless. Cause
yeah. we
bro,
brunch.
They use
this nigga went to jail after having brunch.
Bro, niggas had brunch, bro. It was a brunch day. Nah, but met up with some action. So
that is hilarious.
Caught some rhythm and ended up being around them for the rest of the day or whatever. So we going from function to function, just living it up. So we done went to multiple bars, multiple clubs, and now this is from the morning all the way to now. It's like I pull up to the to this club over in Oakland.
Yeah, and
it's probably around like 11:30, 12 or whatever. So you know, we hop out the car, go into the club. Meanwhile, like I parked the car on like the main street, and my car was it's an obvious car. It's like at that time I had like it was a drop top Charger or some shit. So like, not
a lower Charger.
It was a lowrider Charger. So like so when it dropped down or whatever, it's an obvious car that you want to run tags. And in Oakland, they always running tags. Yeah. So come out the club, it's probably around like 1:30ish with the action, whatever. So we about to, bro, it's still living. It's next spot. What's up? So like can't touch anything right now. Go to the car. And as soon as I get to the car, fucking officer pulls over from the street that's over on the side, comes over, pulls up on the side, shines lights on my shit. Is this your shit? I'm already in the shit. Like, bro, I can't even get out of it, bro. Like, what you talking about? He was like, and he he's like, yeah, so you got a warrant for your shit. I'm like, oh no, you got the wrong person in. He's like, oh, we're gonna find out. So he grabs me, put the cuffs on me, like taking all the shit from me, whatever, putting everything on my hood. And I'm like talking to the action. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna need you to hit up my partner, whatever, let him know what's going on so that, you know, we good. And she like, okay, so she take my shit or whatever and gives it to my partner. So I'm like, I set my watch on. So my watch, I can type shit or whatever. So I'm typing shit to as many people as possible about what the fuck's going on, where I'm about to be at. Cause it's like now I'm going to jail for some reason. So take me over to the shit over in Oakland. And I'm in there. So first off, okay, so we'll get to me being in what I was wearing inside.
Okay, I was about to say, I just like, okay, I'm gonna let him live.
Nah, but so I go to the jail. They talk about it's probably around, I want to say it's probably about 4:30 in the morning. I think I done fell asleep in this motherfucker. They talk about, oh, everybody going out to Rita. Huh? Who? Everybody in these cells going out to Rita. Nigga, who you talking about? Like, bro, like, nigga, I'm only, this is a mix up. Like, yeah. I still got some talking to do around here. He's like, nah, in the meantime, while you talking, you don't get on this little bus or whatever.
Jesus
you going out to Rita. I'm like, nah, but I'm not with the rest. I don't even know what the fuck is going on here, bro. Like, why am I even part of this? Whatever. So they put us on the bus. So when I get on the bus, they got this little wall and like this little window between us and a person sitting across from you, and they just stack you into this bus thing. So we looking across each other, and everybody's looking. They like, they caught you in this thing too? I'm like, the sting? Just talk about. Oh, then everybody from the east just got picked up. I'm like, oh, that's sick with it. But nah, I mean, I was in downtown. He's like, yeah, obviously, nigga.
Obviously, look at what you wearing,
bro. So we get to the Rita holding cell piece or whatever before we get booked and shit. So going there, and then they talk to me and they like, bro, so what the fuck you what you in here for? It's like, bro, you was a part of this shit. So I was like, nah, I don't know what to talk about. He's like, I was looking around. I was like, yeah. If y'all don't get it, like I'm literally just leaving the club. I don't even know what the fuck's going on with me. And I'm like, I'm in here with the jeans on, with the pink the pink sweatshirt and the Yeezys. Motherfuckers took my shoestrings.
Yo. Taking the shoestrings,
bro. I got the yellow Yeezys. Took my shoestrings, my nigga. So I'm in here with the wild outfit. While they trying to figure me out. So we sticking in there for about. We was in there for. I want to say we was in there for 5 hours, bro, before they put us in the gym pop area. So I go up in there, and now it's just like I'm in here with the jumpsuit on. I done had to change and shit like that. They did the whole like stripping shit, so they had to, gave me the bunk and everything. I'm like, fuck, like this a wild ass like turn of the situation, whatever. Bruh. So I'm in that thing, and they giving you slop, like give you like the porridge bullshit with the patty, that, and then get to the bunk or whatever, and I'm just staying on the bunk. So it's just wild things that's transpiring before my eyes, right? So I'm over here like, we in a bunk. And it's like 20 beds inside of here. So it's probably around like 14, 15 beds in here, double bunk. I mean, the bunk beds or whatever. So it's that many niggas inside of each one of these like chains, and it's two cats on the side, two swole cats on the side, slap boxing, and these niggas been slap boxing for literally like 4 hours, bro. Like, niggas ain't got tired yet. They just been here slap boxing this entire time, bro. I'm like, at some point, this shit
trying to stay sharp,
bro. At some point, this shit gonna get way wilder than this, bro. Like, y'all gonna be real fighting at some point. And then overnight, I wake up and this cat is over on the side. This nigga been talking about this whole time. They've been passing around this drink or whatever. So they've been having this liquid heroin they've been passing around this entire time. So this nigga finally on one. So this nigga got the books. He got 3 books, and he's reading all 3 books at the same time. So like, so this nigga's reading a line from one book into the next book into the next book.
Jesus.
And the wildest of stories taking place, but like it's hella shit from that situation that was hilarious. But yeah, Monty wanted me to talk about that damn outfit.
No, it's just the outfit.
Relive our pain.
The trauma. It's just the outfit, because Lex's story was so many, and then I just had a flashback of L's outfit, and oh man, it's
getting swept up.
The highlight of that is just the. It's funny and we laugh at it now, but just something as routine as just a traffic stop could change niggas' lives. And if family and support wasn't in place, niggas could like, I remember L shit, like the way like this how they was handling them. It was like nah, fam, we come from way different. Like, don't have us call out the resources. Unc knew somebody up there. Auntie like nah, look here, y'all playing with the wrong ones. That's what I say. Like,
yeah, because the cold part about that situation was that they slid me out the Rita because there was no, like, they didn't want to keep anybody at the actual spot over there. Yeah. And my shit was supposed to, and my case is over in Martinez. So the time frame for Martinez to like claim me was like 14 days or some shit like that. So they if they didn't claim me within 14 days, then I can go. Oakland wasn't trying to hold you for 14 days. Yeah. And then so when I go out to Rita, that's when I get lost in like the booking process, where it's literally like, okay, they could claim you, but they don't even know that you in Rita. So like there is no time frame on like how long a nigga could just be there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I got swept up in. Yeah. But the coldest part about being in here was just that, besides like the mentality of people, because it was like a cat that kept getting on the phone, cussing out his baby mama or whoever the hell he's cussing out for like hours on end, and I'm just like, bro, all she gotta do is hang up that phone. Like, it's sick with it that you could just get cussed out for hours on end. But the other part was just like the fucking the clock, bro. Like, the way time says still in there is like no other. And the whole time I was just like, there's way too much shit to be doing outside. Man. Yeah. Like, I'm attached to too many things, like, for my time to still be this much. Like, and that was the part that was just like, yeah, nah, that's it.
I won't lie, I was stressing about my job the whole time.
Yeah.
Because, like, I didn't call in, none of that, to the point. After Terry had talked to my mom, this is how much of just like the greatest person my mom is. On Monday, she called my job. And she was like, nah, I need to talk to the boss.
Yeah.
And she was like, look, my son's a good man, and he's trying to change his life. She was like, I don't know what the fuck going on down there, but at least let him get out and give him a chance.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because as soon as I got out, my partner Terry, as soon as I called him, he's like, "Blood, I'm on the way." And so then I called my boss next, and my boss's name is Tony, and he was like, "You good? You need to get picked up? I'll come pick you up." And it's 8:30 at night. He's like, "I'll come pick you up. It's good. Just let me know." I was like, "Nah, somebody's already coming to get me." And my boss was like, "Well, take the next couple of days off. Don't worry about nothing. And then just come see me like at the end of the week. But you still got your job. But, just take some time to just relax and get like, your mind back to being cool."
Yeah.
So.
Nah, that shit.
That's a look.
So, yeah, how long were you there? 3 days?
3 days.
How long were?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
4. Bobby did 6 years. Supposed to only do 2. Took the extra time to cut his mans in half. And we're wrapped up in a suite. And who's to say that the feds had anything on them? But what everyone keeps throwing around is the Fed success rate. But the success rate is the success rate because people don't want to go to trial. So they're like, we'll take if I'm looking at 30 years at trial and you telling me I only got to do 7, hey, everyone is suggesting you take that 7 instead of going to trial. All right. So Bobby does the time.
Especially because it's not a jury of your peers.
Especially because it's not a jury of your peers. Bobby does the time. He takes the extra time for Rowdy. And in the midst of that, the world has changed. 6ix9ine has been able to take down an entire neighborhood and come home and proceed to still talk gangster shit. And we're still trying to figure out hip-hop, the streets, money, gang shit, the law, we're still trying to figure out all of this shit in the midst of a pandemic. And none of it makes any sense. I'm sorry. I'm so happy that young man is home, but I'm even more confused at our court systems that can even happen. You can go conspiracy. You could just throw RICO around because it's convenient and because it's high profile, benefit from it, and go on about your day. President Trump can be on trial, or not. Just keep it lit. It's just all of it's disgusting, and granted, it's entertainment, it's celebrity, it's fame, it's all that extra shit. But there is something a little bit more grounding and like specific for us to look at, especially when my 2 co-hosts just shared stories about their lives being railroaded on fucking technicalities. For nothing. Seriously. And had L not had family, chances he probably would still be in that motherfucker.
Chances are. Given where I ended up at, because I was just tied up in a sting. Like, they just did a sting in East Oakland. You know what I mean? So, like, I was just swept in with, there was like 20 other people that got snatched up that day. And they was all talking about just like, what does individuals know? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that was more their, like...
Yeah, no, what do you know?
That's more that they was worried about. Was just like, what does anybody know? Because they trying to figure out who was the person that talked about, who talked. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, because they was doing a full rampage on East Oakland, and just happened to be the same night that they snatched me up. You know what I mean? So, like, disregard what I'm in here for, bro. We just added you in with the rest of everybody else's situation. So.
And for me, the sick shit is, if I didn't work that Saturday, and I hear somebody busting my door when I'm asleep. Like, you've walked in on me when I've been asleep.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
So...
Yeah. PTSD like a motherfucker. I thought Lex was going to kill me.
So, if, like, I heard the door getting busted in and I was asleep, I would not be here.
Yeah. No, that's real. Oh, man. I didn't expect it to go down that road. I just wanted a good laugh. Thanks, guys. Can we officially put some respect on Elon's name? I know other people have been doing it, but I'm tired of you niggas playing with my dog, man.
What you got, man?
Yeah.
Salute my sister. She test drove a Model X yesterday. No, a Y. And I mean, I've ridden them. I love them. I personally love them. But the purchasing experience, this nigga's brilliant. There's kiosk just set up, like just cars just planted. That's how you test drive it. Fuck coming to the dealership. It's one around the corner from your house. Go test drive it real quick. Let us know if you want it. Here's the paperwork. We'll deliver it to your house. And if you're doing a trade-in, we'll pick your car up. You don't have to come in here.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Damn.
What? You know how long it take at the dealership to do that? To do any of that? He's like, nah, man. You want to test drive it? This one around the corner. Call this number. We'll set you up. Send us a picture of your ID and all the shit. It's just. I'm having a hard time with the cats who buck technology, and just the evolution of it and the convenience. Like I get it's like the producer cats. All them the machines is doing all the work. All right, man, but you still want to lug around your turntables and 60 crates of records. You be my guest. I'm getting on this plane with my laptop, my hard drive, and Serato. I'll see you there.
Real life.
But you a purist. You can go sit in the DMV in the dealership if you want to. Fuck all that. And I'm just like, oh, niggas got to put some respect on Elon's name. Because initially I was like, I ain't going to Mars. Now, after that whole test driving experience, guess who's going to be the first nigga to sign up? I might not sign up for the vaccine, but I'm for sure going to Mars.
You on the Mars trip?
Nigga, what? Like this? Greasy, like you going on a field trip. Nigga, what? Why your mama put extra Vaseline on you when you go to a field trip? What did they think was going to happen? What?
You representing us.
So you want me to be greasy?
Yeah, man.
I don't know about y'all, but I
gotta have enough for the entire day.
Every field trip, I was extra oily.
Yeah.
I have no idea why.
I don't know either.
Okay.
Just extra shiny.
Extra shiny. Every picture from a field trip, you're like, damn, Monty, why are you so greasy?
Also, that's why black kids don't get kidnapped.
Okay, so I was gonna say, was that too slippery?
Yeah, you're so slippery.
Get off me, sir. Oh shit!
Yeah, I can get out of this. Easily get out of this.
How was Herschel Walker gonna get out of this stupid shit he said?
Herschel is on one, boy. But that's a prime example of the moments when, for some reason, some people of color will go out of their way to talk about a topic that has to do with the community. And try to speak for the community on behalf of the community, but backing the other side. You know what I mean? Like, if that's how you feel, then it's best, like, just don't say shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the moments you just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know? Like, the reparations whole thing, like, regardless of, like, what side of the fence you are on reparations, on, like, what it'd mean if it was passed that it would go to certain people or whatever, if you're for it, then you need to voice it as much as possible because it cannot go away. If you're not for it, that's okay. Shut the fuck up. And I hate when religion comes into play too.
Yeah.
Like the whole my brother shit and stuff. Nah, bro. My brother shit goes out the window when y'all been trying to kill us for so long.
I ain't trying to hear none of that.
Gone. That shit gone.
I don't like that.
So.
What do niggas be talking about? And I'm not gonna let the Judas and the Black Messiah shit go, because I thought Lakeith made a brilliant point when it was like Fred was 22 and clear on how he was gonna die. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna die for the people. All right. How many grown ass people wouldn't undermine everybody to save themselves today? It's way more Bill O'Neills than there is Fred Hamptons. And you go, oh, man, you can't call Herschel Walker Bill. No, of course not. But the premise is the same. When you just start like, what are you even saying? What does that even mean? It's just strange to me what folks will say and do, and completely in whatever world has them completely undermine and throw out just the facts of it all. And that's what really got me. It's like, oh, we're not dealing with facts. I told y'all I'm back on Twitter. Never. And niggas is on Twitter just saying anything. And I was like, and I was feeling the way, and I was like, oh, we just here to say anything? All right, well, bet. Let me just get in the habit of just saying shit, because y'all up here saying anything.
Shit, when they add that paywall, what you think they about to be doing? Folks, you thought people were saying anything now.
Damn, yeah, with the paywall is going to get crazy.
Huh?
I'm here for it, though.
Just to get this shit off?
I'm here for it, though, because a lot like the Meek situation, it's like the fake shit just isn't sustainable. So you got to kind of wait it out. I saw China Mac make a really good point. It's like Tekashi's going to die a real painful death. He's already dead. And it's like, so just keep ignoring that nigga. just keep ignoring him. Let them keep buying all the views that they want. Cause yeah, you try like, and then you pick the right marks. Like that popping up on Meek and his team shit was brilliant, because you already knew what time it was. Try that shit was okay. Okay.
Yeah, and also money's gonna run out.
Oh yeah, that money running low. You can't keep paying.
Money's gonna run out.
Can't keep paying a security staff for that many around the clock. What?
Yeah.
You got investors right now because they think they literally are banking on the idea that the people don't care, and it's like, nah, fam, now you really got us fucked up. Ain't nobody of that ilk getting money in this realm. The white folk, as for as much as you think white folks in commandeered hip hop, they still don't know what's going on. So you can go sell that shit to them. But over here, you get no love. Nope. Yeah. The People's Champ got your vote.
The rock bottom.
That's the campaign slogan you came up with?
What?
That's what you got?
What you talking about?
You gonna be on the campaign?
If you smell.
If you smell
I for sure need the people's eyebrow during the campaign.
Hey, the Donald got in there. You know where I'm voting for.
Bro, who's more geared for this than that guy?
You know,
like,
if the Donald,
if anybody I think can juggle the many jobs that there is available, it's that guy. Because I'm still trying to figure out how old The Rock actually is.
Facts.
Because he's had 5 different careers.
That's what Coming to America 1, he said, man, Muhammad Ali, 67 years old. Joe Louis was 67 years old when he fought Muhammad Ali. Like, nigga, what? That's how I feel about The Rock. The Rock might be 70.
Bro, who the fuck knows?
Seriously, how old is The Rock?
All I know is that him and his team are the most efficient group that you can come across. And also, I do want to bring light to like that. His show is really good.
Which one, G?
The
Young
Rock.
Is it?
Young Rock is really good.
That's what's up.
It's nicely.
It say Rock only 48, fam.
That's crazy.
I'm not buying it.
That's his movie age.
That's his Hollywood age. Yeah.
I'm not really 65 then.
Yeah, if he 48, he for sure 65.
I just can't wait to.
That's about right. That's about right.
He did a full 10-year bid in wrestling.
10? Bullshit. It was Rock closer to a 20 clip wrestling. Am I tripping?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's in there for a minute.
Yeah, nah. So 48 might be right. I don't know.
He also done had a movie career since 09.
Facts. But nonetheless.
07.
Nonetheless, hey, Rocco, you got my vote, man.
I can't wait till if he runs that first cut, woo, it's going to be so great. Because, he going to say something about somebody being a candy ass.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think the special guest appearances he could pull off.
The special guest. So
the cameos.
So over under, does he go into The Rock the character, from wrestling, or is he more of who we see in his acting, sort of just like figure role?
I think because he is an actor, he can fully pull off acting like a politician.
Do we want that? Don't we kind of want, like, the one thing that Donald did was he just ain't give a fuck the whole time, and I kind of want Rock to just get up there, and like you said, I don't know. I kind of want Rock in his bag when him and Mankind was going at it. Like that's the type of sicko I want. He was talking crazy to Mankind.
It depends. It depends on who he's going up against. Like if he's going up against the Donald, then yeah, you'll get that person.
Oh, that makes sense.
But if it's somebody that doesn't have that type of,
if it's got to be classy,
cachet personality thing, then he can play the other role.
He's gonna go fully dictated off who the opponent is.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like a true wrestler.
Then I'm definitely hoping it's the Donald then, because we need it. Boy, if we don't need it.
What? Hell yeah.
I mean, and then people gonna be mad at it, but y'all democracy is dead, fam. So we might as well just have fun at this shit. Like anybody still banking on democracy is a clown. I'm gonna go out and say it. Sorry. If that shit didn't die, with Fam as president, I don't know what you're talking about. And then to revive it, you put this old dementia having motherfucker in the office. And then, so if it didn't die with the Donald, it died with this nigga. No, too far? My bad.
No, I'm with you. With you. But this guy is like the like so you seen, tell me you seen shit, what is the name of that? I'm trying to think of it. Silent. Nah, shit, I can't think of it. Never mind. It's gonna go over the head then.
I really want to understand, because I love documentaries. I want to know why you have such a hard time with them, G.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I've been moved out of it. I can't sit through a documentary. For the life of me, I cannot. I haven't watched a documentary in who knows how long. I could read a book like no other, but like.
Oh, what was it? What was the last documentary you watched? Then that might be the problem.
I can't even tell you last doc. I haven't watched a doc in so long. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's the problem. Then you just ain't watched one,
huh? But they
completely switched up how they do. They don't even do them the same no more. Are we talking a couple years, or we talking a few months that you ain't watched a documentary?
Nah, it'll be years.
Yeah, you bugging. You got it. The crack documentary was crazy. You didn't watch Tiger King?
No.
Oh man, yeah, I'm not listening.
Did you watch the one on Tiger?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you wildin'.
I'm not watching documentaries, bro. I'm not compelled to watch a doc.
You can't even call it that because you ain't watched. When what was the last time you watched Hoop Dreams? Last one you see?
Yeah, that might be the last one I seen. That shit was on TV, huh?
Hey,
I might have caught that when I was getting my hair braided.
Hey, shout out Jizzle. Me and him would talk about the other day, nigga. I watch Hoop Dreams at least 3 times a year, just a fluke. Like if it's on, I'm watching it for whatever reason. I'm gonna watch it like I never seen it before. Like damn, that was messed up.
Yeah, definitely wonder what's gonna happen at the end of this.
That's funny.
Hey, just real quick, a good doc is that Woody Allen doc.
I'm glad you said it because I didn't want to be the sicko that said it. It is actually great.
I want to see. No, the one that's gonna get me back in the docs was the Billie Eilish one.
Hello, this nigga's wildin'. Get this nigga, man. He's wildin'. I gotta stop the Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish is player.
Billie
bro.
Eilish is player. I like Billie Eilish a lot. I do.
Don't disrespect the artist, bro.
Couple things and we'll get out of here. I won't hold y'all. Did you watch D'Angelo and Friends? You caught it?
No, I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either.
See?
The nigga was late.
Everybody asked. I didn't catch it.
I had shit to do.
I didn't know it came on already.
Yeah, it was last night. I had shit to do, fam.
And see, look, when I went on Tidal this morning and checked, I didn't see too many friends.
Her was pull up there, DJ Scratch. I got rumblings that Raphael was supposed to be in and around the situation. I don't know if that actually. I didn't see it, so don't kill us for it. I heard people that was fucking with it. I heard some people that weren't too happy with it. Neither here nor there. I'm just gonna turn on Voodoo, greatest album ever made in history. Yes. So yes. Yeah, I no D'Angelo slander on my watch, fellas. Sorry. Coming to America got its rating. PG-13.
I'm not watching it.
What was Coming to America 1? That's rated R?
You got to think at the very beginning, you see titties.
So, if Coming to America 1 were to come out today, what would it be rated if you had to guess?
R.
I don't think it would be.
Yes, they say fuck too many times.
Oh, true.
That's what I'm saying. Just in the barbershop alone, they say fuck at least in that first scene.
See, why do I feel like I still feel like that? I feel like it's changed.
What, the rules?
Not the rules. I'm just saying what sort of gets slid in and out as far as you still going number one be rated R?
Yep, because just let alone on a PG-13 movie, you get one fuck. As many shits as you want.
One fuck.
But that'll be the thing about Eddie now, though. Like that, I think that what makes Eddie like kind of hard to do stand up.
He's a grandpa.
What takes him?
Yeah, like literally, he's literally a grandfather. So is he making it going? Man, I want my grandkids to be able to enjoy this.
Yes. That's what he did for every film once he started having children. Yeah. It was like it slowly was moving into like a lot more of like the PG.
So I didn't host a room. I got to speak in one of the rooms last night. Twitter is in beta for something similar to Clubhouse. And it was in a room last night, and I posed that question to the room because a few of the cats in there was like, I'm not watching Judas and the Black Messiah. Fuck that. And I was like, I definitely respect that. However, can you explain to me why? And it's like authenticity, this, that. And I'm like, but it's a movie. So how much of it is like, man, we letting these white folks tell our story. But if we tell our story, you got to be authentic. You can't leave nothing out. Fam, come on, man. We can't be this exhausting and this hard on each other. And so that led into the conversation in and around hip-hop maturing and evolving. I don't know if 444 is as tight if Hove make Big Pimpin'. Like, I might not give a fuck what that nigga's talking about on 444. I'm just sorry. The context is everything. Fuck, what was the point I was trying to make?
That I need to give Coming to America 2 another chance.
No. I wasn't even going to suggest that. What I was going to suggest, though, is you want the old Eddie Murphy, my nigga, go watch Raw. Like, that's totally not to you. That is just to, you want the old Kanye nigga, go play fucking College Dropout.
Yeah, no, I think for this one, though, I think for the Coming to America with Eddie,
Arsenio.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be an issue with like Eddie's comedy in it, Arsenio's comedy in it. I'm thinking more so
the new
people.
And that's what I would say. Like, for me, the PG-13 to rated R is just more along the lines of I want the comedian to have the free range
to take it there.
To take it wherever they're going to take it. And just knowing that by that PG-13 that restricts some things, like they might say something that'd be really funny, but then due to certain guidelines of a PG-13 movie, that joke can't even be in there.
I'm curious then. I'm curious as to what got them into that space to go, this is going to be PG-13. It's obviously age, wanting the reach to be further, but I'm going, My Name is Dolomite. I loved everything about that film. Mm-hmm. Mr. Church, loved everything about that film. Like, I'm not as hard on Eddie as everybody has been. I actually have been. Like, I love Norbit. Norbit's one of the fucking funniest
Norbit's
movies
funny,
ever.
And I was gonna say Dolomite. That movie was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, so, I was surprised it didn't win anything.
Yeah. So I'm just like, But if I want people to rewatch Bowfinger. Bowfinger's fucking hilarious. Or am I tripping? Like it's just shit like that. So then I'm going, well, I gotta ride with Eddie. Then I gotta ride with him and gotta trust the fact that he's putting all these black people in this film. It's going to be hilarious. There is some form of quality control. And also, I'm just not with the black Twitter need to shit on shit that's black. Like I'm just not with it. Like I let Twitter talk me out of going to see Superfly too. I'll never forgive Twitter for that shit. Because I had to watch it on TV and be amazed that soundtrack and that score was that fucking perfect. Future bodied that shit, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Bodied that shit. And listening to Black Twitter, I didn't go see it in movies like I had intended to. Watch it at home and was like, oh.
Future made Superfly?
He did the soundtrack.
Scoring.
Oh, got it.
He did the soundtrack. It was fucking awesome, too.
So now, I didn't know that Black Twitter had a thing about it being PG-13. I didn't know.
Not about it being PG-13, just about it being bad. Like, the trailer came out, and Comedy Hype and all these other publications were just shitting on it.
Oh, so
I mean, it's a different time, so, like, none of the things that were, like, shitting on it was, like, the idea that it was Rick Ross's house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's information that you get privy to prior to things that take away from a lot of, like, some of the cloud that you'll have around some things, I would say. But that's another thing about just being so privy to everything in my book. Like it could be a gift and a curse in today's age because it gives you a chance to have so much communication, so much around content and material before it actually hits, which makes it very difficult for films because films take a minute to build up to then be released. Yeah. If everybody's on the time of watching, the stories, internet content and internet shows that can be put together in a short period of time, then it has a lot quicker response to it. That's not the way films are played out.
Yeah, so that just reveals how shitty people are. That's all. El, what's the 50th Law series coming to Netflix?
Yeah, if y'all read the 50th Law, which is a great fucking book if you ever read it yet. But that's 50 Cent's version of the 48 Laws of Power. And it's coming to Netflix. Produced, it's him and Kenya Barris.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, so they're teaming up together to bring that as a series to
Netflix.
Netflix.
I like the balance that they could offer each other in their creative space. Completely. I like that a lot. I'm excited about that.
So that would probably be the thing that I was looking for with the Tallahassee thing. Like that'll probably be the variation of how to bring it to the screen.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Ta-Nehisi because it wasn't in our notes, but Ta-Nehisi is going to be the writer for the script for the new Superman. That's major. We all agreed that we didn't fuck with Superman. I thought that was awesome. Mm-hmm. But Ta-Nehisi getting to write it may be the only reason I go see it, being honest with you.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Even though Superman's a terrible character.
Terrible.
Fucking hate Superman.
We got to leave that as a cliffhanger. Don't explain why. Yeah. We got it because I think we're going to get a lot of shit for that.
You know it'd be cool, though, if Superman somehow found the multiverse that Spider-Man did and there comes out to be like multiple Supermans. So then like the multiple Supermans can gang up on this weak-ass Superman, whip his ass.
Hey. Cliffhanger. We'll talk about it next week.
Oh, my bad.
We got to lead up to it. It was ready to go in on Superman.
He was. You see the hand got stiff?
Yeah, because it was working through it. It was. He was
about
to
chop a style and all the way.
Only reason I say cliffhanger because I got a feeling we're gonna piss some people off with that Superman take. I feel like a lot of niggas love Superman, which is I feel like is revealing of them. Fuck Superman. Okay, my bad. Did we miss anything? Nah. Yeah. Sorry to end so abruptly. We got to go to another production. Shout out Janelle. We are on the way. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Man, we'll see y'all next week.
Love.
Yes.